for our Cert 2 in Sport and Recreation. Today we're looking at workplace hazard. So you can see the unit of competency that we're looking at there is HLTWHS001. Before we go too far into the lesson, can I just do a check with your microphones and things like that? So Zoe, can you raise your hand if you can hear me? So use the little icon buttons across the top and raise your hand. Thank you. Lucas, can you do yours as well? Thank you. And Dustin, can you do yours as well? Thank you. Just letting you all know that this is going to be recorded, so we can look at it afterwards. We'll do a test for your mics now. So Zoe, can you just say good afternoon or hello or something?
Hello.
Thank you. Lucas?
Hello.
Thanks, Lucas. And Dustin?
Afternoon.
Afternoon. All right, we're going to get started. Okay, so we'll have a look at this. So as we go through, I want you guys to take some notes down off the information that is on the board. This information will help you with your units of assessment that we'll do later at a later date. Okay. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of a check-in to start with. And how are we all travelling today? Zoe, give us a number between 1 to 5. Zoe, are you still there? Zoe? It's gone? All right.
Oh, wait, no, it's back.
Okay. Lucas?
I'm a 4 today.
Okay, thank you. Dustin?
Probably a 3.
3? Okay, all right. We're going to do our little starter activity, have a look at the little pictures there and see if you can work out what some of those phrases might be. If you know a phrase, I want you to use the chat and write it in there. So it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what the answer is, please. Okay? All right, so here we go. Got some answers? Anyone got any answers?
I got number 3.
Yeah, what is it, Lucas?
Jack in the Box.
Yeah. Anyone else got any answers?
I have 1.
Which one? What one? Number 1?
Yeah, number 1.
What is it, Dustin?
Partly cloudy.
Good. Anyone got any other ones? Zoe?
Is the last one like 3 choices or multiple choice?
Yeah, third choice. All right, we might keep moving on. So, can I get you to make a note of your learning intent and success criteria for today? This is what we're hoping to get out of today's lesson. So we want to identify workplace hazards. That's our content. And at the end of the lesson, you should be able to define the term hazard. You should be able to identify hazards in various settings and understand ways to control those hazards. So if you could just make some notes on that, please, that would be good. Can you raise your hand in the chat when you're finished? Thanks, Zoe.
Why isn't it working? Oh, it's not turned on. Miss, it won't let me turn my camera on.
Okay, I'm not really sure what's happened because you did have it on before.
Yeah, and then my computer like glitched out and now it won't let me turn it on.
Okay, well, we might just have to go without you for a little while in your camera. You can still hear what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you still see the screen?
Is it still on the same slide as
Yes,
before?
we haven't changed yet. So you're good, Zoe?
Oh, you can't see me. Yes,
No, I
I'm
can't
nodding my
see you.
head. I'm like, why does she keep asking me?
Okay, all right, so has everyone made some notes on their learning intent and success criteria for today's lesson?
Yeah.
Yep, thank you guys. Thanks, Zoe. All right, so we're going to look at what a hazard is. So we're going to do a little bit of a think, pair, share activity. We are down a member today, so it's probably not going to work quite as well as I'd hoped. We are going to go into some breakout rooms so you guys can have a little bit of a conversation for a couple of minutes and come up with your group definition, okay? So the first thing that I want you to do is think individually. I want you to jot down a definition of what you think a hazard is. While you're doing that, I'm just going to try and set up these breakout rooms for you to have a bit of a discussion soon.
Miss, can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
I can't see anything on the screen now.
Okay. My suggestion would be leave the meeting and then maybe come back in and check your camera settings, please.
I can't I can't see any buttons.
You can't see any buttons.
It's just like a white screen and I keep hearing the sound like it's trying to connect, like when you go in.
Yeah. Okay. All right. How do we go, Zoe? Did we have any luck?
No, I think I have to turn my computer off.
Okay.
Wait. I don't know what's happening. Oh, wait, I got it.
You've got it? Okay. So we should be moving you into your breakout rooms, okay? So hopefully we can have a quick conversation about what hazards are. Okay, so Lucas, Dustin and Zoe, if you can have a bit of a conversation between yourselves, hopefully there's someone else in that room with you and you can talk to that person.
Yep.
Yeah, so have a bit of a conversation. Okay, in a couple of minutes, we'll come back together as a group and you guys can give me your definitions of what a hazard actually is, okay? So have that conversation with somebody else in your group, in your room. Okay, has everyone had that conversation? We'll close those rooms. Okay, we should all be back into our meeting room, is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Lou, Dustin, Zoe, can I hear you? Zoe, are you back? You're back, Zoe?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, so let's have a think about what was your group definition of a hazard that you came up with, Lucas?
The hazard is like any source of potential damage, harm, or something that could harm or damage a person. It can be a physical object or a chemical or just something like that.
Okay, so something that's going to cause some harm. Very good. Dustin, what did your group come up with?
We had an obstruction that is dangerous and is an obstruction to anything such as workplace, like chemical or stuff like that?
Yeah, okay. What about you, Zoe?
I just had that a hazard is anything that could cause harm or affect a person's health.
Excellent. All right. So the actual definition that we're going to give you is a hazard is anything with potential to cause harm to a person's health and safety. If you don't have that sort of wording in your definition, can you just jot it down now for me, please? And then when you are done, can you just raise your hand to let me know that you're done? Again, don't forget to raise your hand once you've got your definition recorded so we know what we're doing. Thanks, Lucas.
Okay, what the heck is this?
Thanks, Dustin. Thanks, Zoe. Well done. All right, so we know what a hazard is. It's something that can cause harm to us. So it can include sources or situations that lead to the following things, okay? So we can have an illness, an injury, or damage to health over time. Can I get you please in the chat to write down an example of an injury that might occur in the workplace, an illness that could occur in the workplace, and damage to health over time in the workplace. So you should be able to just go into the chat button there and type a message. Okay, so let's try
on the actual message.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
How do I...
So hopefully down the bottom somewhere you can chat. Yep, so Lucas is typing something. I think Dustin's typing something. Zoe, are you typing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Lucas, you done? Still going? Dustin, are you done?
I got a question.
Yeah.
So, as in, like, injury, how do I say it? Are we writing about what could be an injury from the hazard or just an injury in general?
So a hazard that might cause it, yeah. So an injury that could result from a hazard that you might have, particularly in a sport and rec situation or industry. Okay.
Yeah.
So Lucas has got some sprain or broken bone, diseases, lung cancer. So the lung cancer is possibly one for over time, Lou, is that right?
Yeah,
Yep.
for over time.
Yep, good. Zoe's got some answers there. We've got injury would be back strain from lifting heavy boxes. Good job. So Dustin, have you got one that you can add in for me, please?
Yep, just doing that now.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, let's just do it.
Okay, so just make sure you post that when you're done. Yep, so Dustin, we've got broken ankle cancer from chemicals or back sprains. Very good. All right, so we can classify hazards can be part of a particular type of classification. So the first one we can look at is physical sort of damage or from a hazard that is physical. So we've got examples like machinery, electricity, noise, something from heights. We can look at chemicals, so toxic substances, fumes and cleaning agents. We can look at biological, so bacteria, viruses and mold. Ergonomic, poor workstation design, repetitive tasks. And the last one is psychological, so stress, bullying, fatigue. Can I get you to jot those down as some notes? So the different types of hazards that we can have. Again, raise your hand when you're done so I know that you've finished.
Oh, come on. Right.
Okay, so dot points is fine. Just make a note so you know that there's a different types of hazards in the way that we can classify them. Yeah, all good. Lou's done. Thank you.
Done.
Dustin's done. Thank you. Zoe, where are you at?
I'm done.
You're done? Remember, raise your hand when you're done so I know what's going on, yeah? All right, so we've looked at the different classifications, different types of hazards. We can have a guess, which hazard do you think is most likely to occur in the sport and rec industry? Physical, chemical, biological, ergonomic, or psychological? Anyone want to have a guess or have a thought about which one? Yep, Lou?
Psychological.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, there can be bullying on the field or like during coaching and that.
Yeah, definitely. Anyone else got any other ideas of which one might be common? Yep, Dustin?
Physical.
Yeah, why is that?
Safe playing footy, tackles or sprained ankles, back, all that sort of stuff as well.
Yep. Okay, excellent, very good. We'll move on to the next little bit. So I want you to have a look at the picture on the front there. Again, in our chat, can you write down any hazards that you can see from our picture? So as a group, we're going to identify potential hazards in the photo, add them to the chat for me so we can see what they are. Don't forget to press send on your messages so we can see what they are. Okay, so we've got the electrical cord and the wire. Good job, Lou. The rake in front of the person with the pot so they can't see it. So that's you, Zoe. Well done. Okay, we've got some overflowing bin. The nails pointing up under a piece of timber. Good. Kid in the tree. Yes, it's always a potential hazard there, falling out. What's the issue with the person mowing, Zoe? Can you just expand on that one, please? You can do that verbally for me. So you got no shirt while he's mowing. Okay, we've got the kid sniffing petrol. That's not a good idea. Okay, we've got broken glass somewhere. Yep, just outside of the rubbish bin. Is there any other ones that we can see? All right, hole in the ground. Where's the hole in the ground? Oh, yep, next to the rake, yep. What's near the hole in the ground?
Fence.
There, the barbed wire, the fence. Yeah, garden snips. Yeah, good. So we've been able to identify all of those things in the picture that are potentially going to cause us harm, and we would call those a hazard. Good job, everyone. All right, moving forward. Alrighty, well, I want you to have a look at the hazards, have a look around the room where you actually are at this point, and I want you to see if there are any hazards that you can see in that room. If you find a hazard, can you raise your hand so we can talk to you and let us know? Yeah, Zoe, what do you got?
The books and the boxes on the shelf are hanging out.
Okay, so they might fall out to become a trip hazard. Is that what you're meaning?
And the bins in the doorway.
Yep, okay. Dustin, did you have another one in where you are?
Overhanging cables.
Yep, from the roof.
A bit too close to normal human height.
Okay, so what could be the potential hazard there?
possibly electrocution or accidentally being roped on your head or something like that.
Yep, good. Lucas, where are you?
There's some like containers and books on the ground, so could be a potential tripping hazard or something.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. Tripping hazard. All right. What could we do to either control or remove the potential for harm due to these hazards? So have a think about what you just mentioned as a hazard. What could we do to remove that and reduce the hazard? Once you've got an idea, again, raise your hand for me so we can talk to you. Lou?
Just move them out the way to a safer spot, maybe not on the floor or anything.
Yep. Okay. Dustin?
Just wrap the cable up if it's loose. If it's out of the wall, just staple it to the wall.
Okay. Good. Zoe?
Get a bigger shelf.
Get a bigger shelf. Yeah. Could we look at the way that they're stacked potentially?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're looking at, is how we reduce that hazard and the risk. Okay. So what I want you to do now is have a think about the sport and rec industry, maybe where you would like to work or potentially work in. I want you to identify some hazards that could be in that place. So I want you to add those into the chat for me, please. Type those in. So think of something where you may already work with sport and rec, or you might potentially like to work, and identify some hazards that might be there.
Why is this stupid thing not working?
Okay, so we've got football fields with holes in the ground. So working as a coaching sort of position, Lucas, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yep, excellent, thank you.
Coaching or refereeing.
Yeah, definitely. Good job. Okay, Dustin, Zoe, you got any?
Yeah, same as Lucas, football fields.
Zoe?
The chemicals in the chemical shed at the pool.
Yeah, excellent, very good. Okay, so obviously there's got to be some controls around there. Not everyone can just wander in there, can they?
No.
No. All right, so we've identified some hazards there within the sport and rec industry. Well done. All right, so to control our hazards, we use what we call the hierarchy of controls. Okay, so it's a system of looking at how we control those hazards, from making it the most safe to making it reasonably safe. So the elements of that are elimination, substitution, engineering controls, administrative controls, and PPE. Okay, so looking at that, we work from the top down. Okay, so elimination means physically getting rid of the hazard. So that's going to make it as safe as possible. Okay, substitution is replace the hazard, so move something to change it. Engineering controls are isolating people from the hazard, so putting barricading and things up around the hazard. Administrative controls, choosing the way that people work or changing the way that they do things to make sure that they're not in a dangerous situation. And then we have PPE, so personal protective equipment. So why do we think that personal protective equipment is at the tail end or the bottom of our hierarchy of control? So that's the least effective way of controlling a hazard. Why do we think that? Anyone got an idea? Dustin?
Well, you're only just putting PPE on. It's not like you're taking the hazard away from where it originally is. You're only just there to protect yourself and not what like anyone else.
Yeah, so really the hazard is still there. All the PPE does is reduce the impact that it can possibly have on you. Okay, so elimination, on the other hand, we take that away completely. There's no longer a hazard. So obviously that is the safest form of control that we can have. Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so most ranks them from most effective to least effective. Okay, think back to the hazards that we have when we talked about the things that you identified and how you were going to control them. Which level of control did you use for the hazards identified in your little room at the moment? So once you've had a think about that, raise your hand so we can have a chat. So thinking back to the hazard you identified, how did you control it? So Lucas, what did you do?
Just elimination, remove it from off the floor, and then
Yep, so if it's no
Um,
longer on the
yeah.
floor, it's no longer a hazard. Good.
yeah.
Dustin, which one were you going with?
Uh, I would probably say elimination as well, just to remove the cable away from people and from overhanging.
Yep, so getting the hazard completely away. Zoe, what about you?
Probably elimination as well, and then the hazard isn't there, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yep, so how have you eliminated it?
By getting a bigger shelf that fits everything on the shelf, so it doesn't fall off in the walkway.
Yep, that's it. So we remove getting a bigger shelf. Good job. All right, so have again think to your hazards that you identified in a potential sport and workplace. Which of the levels of control were you going to use when you did that one? So have a think of it. So Lucas, yours was the hole in the football fields. Dustin, yours was something to do with the football fields as well. And Zoe, yours was chemicals in the pool. What's the control measure that we would do? And which level of the hierarchy? So Lucas?
You could sort of do substitution, I
Yep.
guess. For like holes in the field, you can like use sand or something to fill them up.
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah, very good. So that's probably some substitution rather than elimination because we have actually changed the surface of the field.
Yeah.
If we were able to eliminate that hole completely, fill it in and have the grass back to level, that would be elimination, but we can't do that usually. So substitution, excellent, well done.
Yeah.
What about you, Dustin?
Yeah, I'd say the same thing as what Lucas said, just to substitute it rather than eliminating, because there's no point trying to take it away when it just might be a bigger problem.
Yep. So substitution could also involve moving to another field.
Yeah.
Yep, good. Zoe, what about you with your pool and the chemicals?
I'm actually not sure if it would be substitution or elimination.
Yeah, so you've got to have the chemicals at the pool, hey?
Yeah, I guess you could just put a fence with a lock, so you can only go in there if you've got the key.
Okay, so what controls would that sort of fit under?
Would that be? I can't read it.
Oh, sorry. Can you not see the screen at all?
I can see the writing, but I can't see the other thing.
So do you think it's elimination, substitution, engineering, administrative controls, or PPE?
Wouldn't it be the second one?
Substitution? Potentially. Again, we've still got to have it there. I would think probably more so along that engineering controls. Yeah, so we're isolating the hazard from the people, so we're not letting everybody go in there. Make sense? Yeah, Zoe?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we're just about done. We're going to do a little quiz to cover our formative assessment and make sure that you understand the success criteria, the things we've tried to identify. Okay, so we're going to do a little quiz and I'm just going to try and launch it now. Hopefully this will work. Issues.
You're still muted, miss.
miss.
Ow.
Yeah, okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yep. Righto, technical difficulties there. My polls aren't working. That is us for the lesson. What I am going to do is send you an email with a learner's survey on it. If you could complete that and send that back to me by the end of tomorrow, please.
Yep.
Any questions about what we covered today? No?
No questions.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, guys. You're free to go. Thanks.
Thank you.
See ya.